So before we get into this video, if you guys want to check out my feature film Pace D, you can. It's on Amazon right now. You can also get the physical copy on Amazon. You can check out my link tree down below as well as my social medias. Always looking to connect with other filmmakers and collaborators. Check out, everything down there. But I had a chance to see Betterman. Now, this is the biopic about Robbie Williams, which he is played by a CGI monkey, which of course it goes deeper than that. It seems right here, Jono Davies and Robbie Williams are part of that. And it's directed by the same director that did The Greatest Showman. Now, this film, whenever I first saw the... wow, okay, so one of the people that played Robbie, he was also in the Ben-Hur remake, or it's in the name of Ben-Hur. Huh, okay. And he's also in Kingsman, the Kingsman films. All right, not really too familiar with him, but Robbie Williams, he's somebody that I was a little bit familiar with, but in the States, he's not as popular as he is out in the rest of the world, which is why I thought it was a little bit bizarre that there's a movie that's $110 million about him, played by a CGI monkey. But again, let me explain. It actually serves itself really well to the story. Again, whenever I first saw this, I was very unsure about it, and I wasn't really anticipating it, really at all until it came out and people were talking about it. And I was like, okay, I want to see what it's about. So I ended up seeing it. And one thing that I really like about it, which I've come to terms with this, is I really enjoy biopics a lot. I do. I like Rocketman. I like Bohemian Rhapsody, the Johnny Cash biopic, even recently the new Bob Dylan biopic with Timothy Chalamet. But it takes a very unique approach where it doesn't really try to, which I'm not saying other biopics do. Usually biopics sort of show the life of the individual it's talking about, and it shows it in, sometimes good detail, sometimes the bad detail, the ups and downs of their lives. But what this one does is it just seems so true to Robbie Williams from what I've seen. Even the final line of the film, which I don't want to spoil it, I won't tell you what it is, but it's very, it's out there. It really is. And you're basically seeing sort of the rise of Robbie Williams with his fame and him joining the boy band that he was a part of, and then basically getting kicked out of that band and then starting fame for himself, which I guess that's would kind of be a very difficult thing to grasp, is to grab fame and then lose it and then grab it again, because grabbing it is hard enough. But it shows the relationship with his parents, his dad being a pretty prominent figure in the film, and you don't really necessarily completely hate his dad at all. I mean, you just more so see the hate that he has for him. And then, of course, his relationship with his nan, they go into detail about that. There's some pretty heartwarming moments within that. But it's not really your typical run-of-the-mill biopic where it sort of fuels itself on the performances and the music, because let's face it, whenever a biopic is made, you always want to know who's the person that's going to be playing the individual, whether it be, like I said, Bob Dylan, Elton John, Freddie Mercury, Johnny Cash, stuff like that, because usually a lot of the biopics are about musical artists because they're some of the most prominent figures in the entertainment industry. But this one doesn't go by that. It is, again, played by a CGI monkey. I really don't like saying that because it kind of feels a little unprofessional. But it fuels itself off the story. It fuels itself specifically off the characters that are around Robbie. And even at the beginning of the film, he says that people see him as a narcissist. And, I can definitely see that. It's basically the way that he goes about himself, sure, but at the same time, it goes deeper with his relationships with other people, and it does a really good job of whether or not the feelings are true or not, sort of convincing you that the feelings he had for these people were real, and basically the 180 of his life, without getting into any spoilers. Of course, this is about a real life figure, so it's kind of hard to get into any spoilers, especially if you follow the guy. But yeah, it takes a very interesting approach where it's not really only about him, but it's about the other people around him, which was something that I really did admire. And I guess talking about the elephant in the room, or I guess the monkey in the room, the CGI monkey, it was actually done really well. I felt like it was, I think it complements the film great. Very unique, very risky, especially to a studio. But I just think that it was the right way to go about it, watching it. Of course, I mean, you would say that after watching it and it going, right? I mean, could they make this about Robbie Williams with somebody else? After seeing it with the monkey, no, I can't see anybody else playing him. But I mean, it it is what it is, and I feel like it really did complement the narrative a lot and the story itself. So I'm glad that it happened, and it was a very unique way to tell the story. Don't know if we'll see another biopic like this for a little bit, just because, I mean, imagine them choosing another famous person to make a biopic about and then having an animal replace that person. I just feel like it'd be kind of on the nose, and people would call it gimmicky and, you know, try to say that they were copying, even though I don't think it would be, because I do believe once people watch this film, they are going to understand, you know, what it is that makes this film special. But anyway, guys, that's what I thought of Betterman. I was trying to, you know, keep going without cutting and stuff because I got to leave here soon. But hope you enjoyed. Sorry about the webcam. I didn't have a chance to set everything else up. But take it easy. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out Pesadilla. Let me know what you thought of Betterman down in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.